Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews. It's the first of the month, so you know what that means. It's time for an anime figure. No first introduction today, just because I can't really be bothered. I'm giving her a bit of a break because I've worn her quite a lot recently. So yeah, today we are going to be looking at the Pokémon Select articulated Flygon figure. Now, I have plenty of anime figures for us to take a look at, but the size of the boxes that these Pokemon Select figures are in, they take up so much space. So I'm getting through these for the anime figure reviews first, and then I'll get on to the human character anime figures that I've got that are in much smaller boxes. So anyway, as you can see, we have a nice windowed design so you can see the figure inside. We've got the Pokemon logo up top with Pikachu. And then we've got a nice little picture of Flygon in grey, which is really nice. If we go around this side, we've got Flygon again and the Pokemon logo. If we go around the back, we have all of the other figures in this wave. I don't have any of these. I do want to get Toxtricity though at some point. I want to try and get him. Maybe Entei. I'm not too bothered about Tyranitar because I've watched a review of him, and because of his chonkiness, his articulation is pretty much limited. Is pretty limited. So I kind of want to focus on trying to find Toxtricity because he looks like he's going to be nicely articulated. I've not seen a review on him yet. As of recording this. As of uploading it, I might have done. And then this side, we've just got the Pokemon logo and the other side of the window. On the top, there's nothing. On the bottom, there's all your warnings to not eat anything and the barcode. And that's about it. So let's break Flygon out of his box, shall we? Oh, its box. Is Flygon one of those Pokemon that have like male and female forms? Or is this one of those where you can't tell what it is? Right, I'm not bothered about tearing the box because the box is going to be going in the recycling. Yeah, I don't keep, unless they're really nice statues or like Nendroids and Figmas and stuff from Japan, I don't keep my boxes. All of the boxes, oops, there's the base. All of my figure boxes go in the recycling. Go, got the cardboard. Got the base. And now we gotta cut all the little cable ties. I hate cable ties. Oh, I do. I so hate cable ties. I think there's one more on the tail. There we go. And I think that's it. Should be able to pull him out now. Oh, a little bit of plastic just flew off, but that's okay. There we go. I'm gonna very gently put that down on the floor because it's all got the cable ties in it. And here we have Flygon, and he actually looks really cute. Look at that little face. He's cute. Very nice paint on this one. If he has been painted, I'm pretty sure he's been painted. Yeah, some of it's paint. I'm pretty sure, I think he's been moulded in the light green plastic, and then all the other colours are paint. Except on his head, this bit might have actually been moulded in the dark green plastic as well, because it's a separate piece. So yeah, here is Flygon. He looks very cute. So let's get a closer look at him. So you can see his eyes are behind little plastic, so it's meant to look like fly eyes. That's cool. We've got his wings. That looks sort of like fly's wings, but at the same time, you know, he's a fly dragon, basically. And we've got his little hands. His fingers look like they're articulated, so I'll have to look at that when we look at the articulation. That looks cool. Then we've got his, I like his like little stumpy kangaroo sort of feet. Can he actually stand up? He can stand up without the use of the base. So the base is going to be more for flying poses and stuff like that. So he can stand up. And then we've got the long tail, which is segmented, which is really nice. So it's going to be like a bit like Charizard's tail. If you can remember the Charizard review I did yonks ago. So let's have a look at the articulation. So his head looks like it's on a swivel hinge, so it can look just with the head on the neck. You can look up that far, and you can look down that far, and you can also get the rotating. Obviously, depending on how you've got the wings positioned, they might get in the way for, you know, with the horns. Then we've got the neck joining onto the body on the same sort of hinge. So with both of these working together, you can look all the way up and all the way down, really. And then you've got the... Okay, the neck doesn't actually want to swivel. Right, the neck doesn't want to swivel, so you've only got the swivel in the head. The wings can flap, and that's all you're gonna get there. For the arms, you can see the joint there on the arms at the shoulder. So he can move his arms outwards, like so. Let's move the other one out. And you can move them, you can swivel them around as well. You've got the elbow, which is just a single jointed elbow. So you've got that much bend. But you've also got, you can also break his arm. Why does it kind of look like it's meant to go the other way? I think his arm's been put on backwards. Hold on. Yeah, that honestly looks better for the bend. It's like you're not meant to get much bend that way, where you can get a lot of bend that way. But at the same time, it's been molded to be that way round. Because the other arm is the same. Oh well, that's strange. And the fingers, the wrists, you can... Oh god, I don't want to... The plastic is so flimsy. But the hands, you can flex them at the wrist, like so. Wouldn't recommend doing it because the arms on these figures always feel like they're going to break. Charizard has felt like he's going to break so many times. Luckily he hasn't, but it's felt like he has. Right, I'm just going to move the head out the way. Because, as you can see, the fingers also have joints. So that must mean... Oh, you can also swivel the wrist. So that must mean... Yep. You can move the fingers. That's pretty cool. You can have him punch something. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. So I'm going to now move the arms out the way, and we can focus on the legs. So the legs can go forward about that far, and they can go back about that far. Can they move in and out? No, there's no in and out, so it's just that forward and back. And then the foot, you can rotate the foot a little bit, and you can also bring it forward that far and then back that far. So you got the movement in the foot, which is pretty nice. And then we'll move on to the tail. So let's get the head out the way again. So the tail has 1, 2, 3, 4 joints in it. They're not ball joints, but I'm not entirely sure what sort of joint that is. It's like a weird, clunky ball joint. So you can get the wiggle waggle of a ball joint, but it's not smooth. It's strange. Same with all the other joints. Except the tip of the tail is a nice, smooth ball joint. But it means you can get some nice natural poses with the tail, which I appreciate. So always appreciate some good tail articulation on these. SH Monster Arts and sort of NECA as well have kind of spoilt me on what tail articulation should be with their Godzilla figures. So everything else, I'm comparing the tail articulation and everything else to pretty much how an SH Monster Arts would work. Speaking of, I do actually have an SH Monster Arts review, figure to film a review of. It's going to be a slightly older one when this video comes out, but oh well. I might round off 2024 with it. I might start 2025 with it. I don't know. I don't review figures for views. I just review them because it's fun. And if a review does well, then it's a bonus. So yeah, that is the figure. We'll take a quick look at the base. I'll just put the base together. Now, I honestly hate these bases. Hold on. There we go. Because these bases feel like they're going to break more than the actual bloody figure does. Right, so this is your basic Pokemon Select base. You got the arm with 1, 2, 3 bits of articulation. It's all ratchety joints that come off really easily. They detach themselves really easily. But then you've got this, so that end just goes into the figure's base, the figure's butt, basically. And there you go. You've got him in the air. So I've sort of got him as if he's coming into land, which is pretty cool. But obviously if you position him differently, so if I put his legs back, and I put those legs back, put his tail out straight, and then have him looking up, and then put his arms, I don't know where you'd put his arms. I'll leave his arms like that, and then scrunch his fingers into fists. Now this other hand doesn't really want to do the fists. There we go. So if I then put him on there like so, position him. Jesus, this base. But there, we've got him flying. So yeah, I don't really like these bases. They're only really needed for if your Pokemon, for if the figure can fly, if the Pokemon can fly. But, oh, I've got a bit of cable tie that flew out there. The only, from the ones that I've got, the only Pokemon Select figures that need their bases 100% of the time are Moltres and Articuno. Because with them being birds, their legs are really flimsy. So it's basically the legs of the bird Pokemon are like the arms of this one. So they're very flimsy and cannot hold the figure's weight. So for those ones, you need to have the base. I would probably say also Garchomp, because he is sort of made to be standing on his tiptoes. And he can't really balance that well. So Garchomp might need him as well. But most of the figures, I mean, you saw at the beginning, this one can stand up on its own. So this one won't need the base, which is good. So yeah, that is pretty much it. So I'm going to have him stand. There we go. We'll have him stand for the end of it. So that's pretty much it. That was the Pokemon Select Flygon figure. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye!